In this video, we are going to be building an HTML page on your phone using Acode. You can use there are different code editors you can use on your phone, like I mentioned in my last videos. But in this video, we are using Acode. Now, if you missed my last video, I want you to tap the card at the top of the screen or check out the link in the description box below. Now let's look at what we have here. Look at this set of codes, take a look at them and look at what it turns out to when we play it. Can you see it? This lesson is going to be talking about HTML tags. HTML tags are the building blocks of web pages. They tell the browser how to structure and display content. We are going to be talking about how to use headings, how to write paragraphs like I mentioned in my previous video, text formatting, interactive elements, and how to structure your web page. Now work with me, let's recreate this. So to recreate this, let's create a new file, a fresh file. Let's name it let's say text.html. Mind you, when creating any HTML file, let it always end with .html. Very important, very important for the code editor. All right, this is the name. We are creating a new file, text.html. okay, we have a new file now. To check out the previous one, we just tap here. Now I want to explain all that is written in this our first file, and I want us to recreate them on this fresh file. Now if you checked out my previous video, you are going to notice I talked about the head tag, the body tag, the title, you understand, container and empty tags. Now I want to bring out the skeleton set of codes that we need to know from this very beginning, and doing so, to make it all easier, we type exclamation mark, because cramming all of this now for a start is going to prove too tedious. So like this is a shortcut. So we're going to select all. Select all, copy, and we're going to paste it. Now you can see we have the skeleton. I call this skeleton because this is like the very first phase before we're going to be imputing all we need to impute. This is the very first part, so I call it skeleton. So this is the skeleton of the page. Now let's get started. Let's play it. We're not going to be looking at the code. We are going to be this is exactly what we are going to be looking at. Let's not look at the code. So we try to code our way into this thing we are seeing on the screen now. The very first heading, look at it, learning HTML tags. Now let's get that started. Now learning HTML tags is not going to be a subset of the head section. No, like I said in my previous video, whatever displays on the web page, the content of every web page is subsetted in this body part. You understand? This is where our heading is going to come to. H1. Let's check the learning HTML tags. H1 tag, like I mentioned, is a container tag. It has an opening and closing tag. H1, then our text goes in between. Learning HTML tags. Learning HTML tags. Let's play it. You can see we have that part all set and done. Now let's go to the next phase. Let's come here. We're going to be working based on the results, not the process. Yeah, okay. Now HTML tags are the building block of web pages. They tell the browser how to structure and display content. Even without coding knowledge, you can tell that this is a paragraph. Now to create a paragraph in HTML, like I mentioned in my previous video, to create a paragraph in HTML, we are going to be using the p tag. P tag. Let's copy this. We are going to be using the p tag to create a paragraph. Now let's come below. Now let's create our p tag. P stands for paragraph. Now then the text comes in between. Let's break it a bit. Yeah, the text comes in between, and you can see p, it has a closing tag because it's a container tag. Container tags are tags that requires opening and closing tags. P paragraph is an example of a container tag. Now let's play this. You can see learning HTML tags. You can see how bold it is because headers are normally bold than paragraphs. Especially the very first header. We're coming there. Then HTML tags are the building block of web pages. These are not just ordinary text. These texts are also information passers, telling you about things you need to know. HTML tags are the building blocks of web pages. They tell the browser how to structure and display content. All right, so you don't just treat them as ordinary text. They are so meaningful. Let's go to the next part. You can notice headings and paragraph. This is not a paragraph. This is another header. Now before we go, let's read this paragraph here. Main headings use the h1 tag. Main headings, just like the one we've already worked on. This one, learning HTML tags that we've written, that is the main heading. They use h1 tag, while smaller subheadings use tag like h2 or h3. You can have h1, h2, h3 down to h6. Headings and paragraph, text formatting, interactive elements in this context are example of subheadings. Now headings and paragraph. This is a subhead, so we are not going to be using h1. You understand? This is going to be h2 because it's a subhead. Or is going in between headings and paragraph. Let's run the code. You can see we are getting there, headings and paragraph. All right, let's come back here. Let's play the code again. Headings and paragraph done. Then another paragraph telling us about headings and paragraph. Main headings use the h1 tag, while smaller subheadings use tags like h2 or h3. Paragraphs are wrapped inside the p tag to contain standard body text. All right, let's copy this again. It's a paragraph, so we're going to be making use of the p tag. We're going to be wrapping this text inside the p tag. All right, come here again. We go below, then let's create another p tag to wrap up the text we just copied. Let's break it. We are going out already, so yeah, brings us back. When you play the code, you can see main headings use h1 tag. We are almost recreating this. We are recreating this already. Now what's the next? you can see text formatting. Yeah, I talked about text formatting in my last video also. Text formatting are important text that can be emphasized. For example, bold text, strong tag, italic text. You understand? Now, if you notice in this paragraph in text formatting, can you notice this bold is actually bold? There's a tag to actually make your text bold. If you notice this strong, you can notice it's also similar to bold, but this strong was not, this boldness did not come from the bold tag, it came from a strong tag. I'm going to be showing you that in a bit. Then italic text, you can notice this italic, the writing is in italics. Now this is an example of text formatting. It is a way of like styling a part of your text, giving a part of your text a different look. Now let's go text formatting. Let's copy this paragraph. Let's wrap it inside the p tag once more, man. Let's wrap it in the p tag. And let's not forget, this is another subheading. Text formatting. Yeah, okay, let's wrap the paragraph in the p tag like we've been doing all day, man. Too long. Let's break it down as usual. We are repeating cycles here, man. Important text can be emphasized. You notice, because we just copied the text, can you notice important text can be emphasized? It's not actually bold like it was in the previous one. The strong was also kind of bold, and this italic is not in italics like it was in that previous video. Why? Because we just copied the text. We didn't carry out the operation that brought about those sets of things that made it bold, strong, and in italics, which is actually the text formatting I'm talking about. And now I'm going to be showing you that. Now, bold, we are going to be, let's cancel the bold, let's wrap it in the bold tag. There's a tag to make your text bold, and it's B short for bold. Now the text was bold, yeah, so let's create the spacing. You can notice important text can be emphasized. Bold text, you can see, is actually as bold as it was in the first part I showed you, because we are carrying out all what we did there down here. You can notice I deleted the text and I wrapped it in the bold tag, the tag that normally makes text bold, and you can see it displays bold already. Now the strong tag, if you notice, the strong it was not ordinary, it was not as ordinary as this. Let's also give it what made it look kind of bold. Yeah, strong tag. Let me cancel the strong, let me wrap it in what made it what it is. There's a strong tag, there's a tag called strong tag, similar to bold tag. Probably in my next video I'm going to be telling, because this tag is a very special tag, very special tag. I'm going to be telling you about what this tag does in one of my videos. Just keep on, you understand, watching. Subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying the video so far. If I'm breaking down HTML from the very start in little bits for you, subscribe to this channel and you are going to enjoy it all. You are going to enjoy it all, and from here, little by little, you see yourself getting better. Now let's rewrite the text. Strong. We're back here. You can notice strong is also kind of bold. bold text, strong. You can notice it's not just as ordinary as it was. Now italic, let's get this italic to become italic. Let's make italic become italic. Let's go, man. Italic. Okay, let's cancel this off. Let's wrap it into what made it what it is. Now the I tag is short for italics, and it is the secret ingredient to creating an italic text. All right, italic. Then you run your code. Oh my god, magic, man. Magic, man. Magic, man. Important text can be emphasized. Bold text uses the strong tag, and italic text uses the em tag. Now what next? Now interactive elements. Then I'm going to be showing you how to create a button. Let's copy this text to wrap it in the p tag once more. Then you can notice this submit. Okay, we'll come back to that. Now if you have been following, the next subheading is destined to be h4. Yeah, it's destined to be h4. And what's the interactive elements is going in between the h4 tag. Interactive elements. Now the paragraph, we are going to be initiating the p tag once more, and we are going to be wrapping this text inside it. Oh my god, too long. Let's repeat that cycle, man. Let's break this shit down. Let's break it down. All right. So buttons are created using the button tag to allow user clicks and interaction. Now to create the button we saw here, submit button. To create that, we are going to be initiating the button tag. Now to create a button tag, this is the secret ingredient to every button you see on a web page. This is it, short and simple. Button tag, open and close tag, button inside it, then the closing tag. Then you wrap whatever content is in the button is going to be wrapped in between this button tag. Like on this previous one, I think we had submit. Yeah, the button tag, the button was showing submit. Yeah, that text is what is going to come here, submit. Then when we play it, you can see we have a button that tells us to submit. Can you see? All right, we've cloned all what we had there and we've recreated them, and I know you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and stay tuned to the next video. Gracias.